Hey everybody, this is Adam with you in Oxford, Mississippi. Got a list of things people have wanted me to do over the years for modern blues harmonica. One of them, I thought I would sort of clear some things out. So one of them is the harmonica part for Freedom for My People, a song that Sterling Magee, back when he was known as Mr. Satan, Sterling Magee and I did on the streets of Harlem, and this was in the summer of 1987. We'd only been playing together for 9 months or so at that point, and the rock group U2 came by. There's a 39-second sample from that track on Rattle and Hum in the film and on the soundtrack album. I've been told, somebody told me, I think The Edge told Scott Balseric, who made the documentary called Satan and Adam, that Sterling and I were the only two non-U2 musicians ever to play on a U2 album. I don't know, be that as it may, I've never met them, but yes, that cut was on the album, and I'm playing harmonica on that track. So I'm coming to you in 2021. This would have been in the summer of 1987. You do the math, that's a long time ago. So I was a late 20-something, 29 years old, I guess, harmonica player. I was using a key of A harmonica. Can I adjust this? We're having fun, right? So I can actually, like in real time, can I kind of pull things closer? We'll get a little closer. And yeah, I like that. Okay, good. I'll play to the camera and I'm going to show you what I did. So key of A harmonica. So there's two parts to this song. The first part does not use tongue blocking, it's all lip pursing. The second part does use tongue blocking. So let me show you both parts. First part, and of course we're on an A harp. First part begins with a double stop, the 3/4 double stop. And I'm coming into it with a slight scoop. I'm coming in with a little bit of a bend. And then I'm pushing my tongue forward to make that sort of wheezing sound. You see how important it is? I'm sort of raising my jaw, so you should experiment with the shape of your mouth to get that sound. It's a specific sound. It's very, in some ways it's very unbluesy, but it's the sound that sort of makes, and I have to work hard to get it, to sort of detune my mouth. It's not deep. Can you make that sound? 3/4 draw? Way. And there I'm blowing out on 3 and 4, and I'm letting my mouth fall slightly away from the harp, so it's a subtle thing. And of course I'm going wah-da on the end, so my tongue is tapping the roof of my mouth. So yes, there on the out breath I'm blowing on 3 and 4, but maybe even 2, 3, and 4. It's okay even if a little 5 gets in. My mouth is falling away from the harp a little bit. Wah-da, wah-da, wah. And it's on the 3/4, then. Good. And then you repeat the first part. And then very subtly you're opening your mouth on the left side and you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4. And there, when you get that final draw chord, you don't want to foreshorten your mouth. You don't want to make the wheezing sound. You want it to be a fuller sound. Let me see if I can do these really slow. And there on the 1, 2, 3, 4, that final chord, I'm doing some vibrato as I draw in. And so it's great practice to just pull one big fat chord in and sort of sustain it and vibrato it. Now, an additional complication, and it's something I have to consciously think about, is the beat. What beat are you doing? So this was Sterling with his hi-hat cymbals, kind of rocking, and it's very straightforward beat, but it's kind of you're kind of playing the harmonica part over the beat in a way that's not maybe immediately the easiest thing in the world. Does that make sense? So the beat is Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Now, I was playing that part into a microphone through some amplifiers. It's not acoustic, and yet I'm really not trying to get much in the way of distortion from the mic and amp combination. I'm really getting, in effect, more of an acoustic sound on the harp, even though I'm playing amplified. Does that make sense? I'm really opening it up a lot. That's to get that wheezing sound. Now, that's part one. Part two, the breakaway, is tricky. What's interesting is when I do this breakaway, I have to practice really hard to be able to do this fluently. So I'm sure right now I can't, which tells you something about how hard it is. I'm going to show it to you first, lip pursed, and then I'm going to show you how I add in tongue blocking. So here's the breakaway section, lip pursed. Did you get what I did? Some of you can hear this, and some of you are going, what? So there I'm sort of revolving around the 4 draw, coming from down below, and so it's coming from down below. So it's 3 draw to 4 draw to 5 blow. Da, 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 da. You can almost, if you can hum the line, and I would encourage you to try to hum it, maybe you can play it. So just do that part first. Okay, and again, this is just a part that I evolved as something that felt, I mean, what's creativity? It felt like the right thing to play over what he was doing on guitar. And then the second part, now that's a little trickier because I'm going down to the bent 3 draw. It's a whole step bend. I think for many of you that will be a tricky lick to do. Then you do the same thing again on the first part. And then you go up to 6 blow. Which is very tricky. What am I doing? And that's on an upbeat. Can you do that? 6. 5 blow, 4 blow, 5 blow, 4 draw, 5 blow, 4 draw. Then 3 draw, whole step bend. Back to 3 draw, whole step bend. 2 blow to 2 draw. Let me do that whole breakaway section. Ba 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 ba. And so it's in that same 1-2. Boy, you know, it's almost impossible for me to tap my hand like this and while keeping the beat and then play it. Can't do it. I could tap my foot. All right, now, as if that's not hard enough, I wanted a bigger sound. I wanted a big, full, that was sort of part of the breakaway feel, was big, full. And let's actually talk about how form follows function. This is a song called Freedom for My People. Part A is about necessity, freedom and necessity, right? So it's about necessity. It's about all the things that are needed that we, I mean, it was about the black community in Harlem and in America, and I was fortunate enough to be sort of at Sterling's side, letting him put forward this song, which I think is a brilliant song. I'll try to put the lyrics down below. And my trio has re-recorded this tune with Rod Patterson, Sterling McGee's nephew, on vocals, and I think we have a terrific version of it. But it's just this fantastic anthem that he created. But so the opening part, I need some freedom. So the breakaway, and that's necessity, right? I need some freedom. I don't have freedom. I need it. The breakaway section is like, what if we had it? What if it was there? And it's a kind of what I'd call a jubilee feeling. And so I was thinking about this as a guy who, during that period of time, I was doing a lot of reading, obviously in Black history, Ralph Ellison and James Baldwin and Malcolm X and everybody else, and trying to get a sense of what had led to this community that I was now a sort of strange sort of part of, de facto kind of the harmonica kid. And so that's part of what informs this. Jubilee, the idea that Jubilee was sort of that moment when emancipation came, when you had freedom. And so I would say that was what was motivating me, was that I wanted that big feeling, that big sound. So that's tongue blocking. I'm going from 3-draw to 1/4 draw. And the rest of it is, except for the bends later on, is all played tongue blocked. And those two notes, the bend down to the 2-draw. And what I've just figured out is that if you tap your foot like this, if that's your beat, much easier to get the timing. Yeah, so that's word to the wise. When you're doing this song, that's your beat. But how long do you hold those notes? Oh my God, I can't do it. I can't think and play at the same time. So anyway, that's Freedom for My People. Hope you enjoyed it. There's no harmonica solo on this. You just do those two parts, and you do them to the best of your ability. And when you come to that opening part after the breakaway, it's like you're dialing off the throttle a little bit, although the tempo has to stay the same. It's a little tricky. So I'll put a link below this for the original version. Actually, I'll put a link maybe for the Mother Mojo version, for the alternate take that I released, and then the Sir Rod and the Blues Doctors, and you'll have 3 different versions, but they're all basically the same thing.